Hey friends, welcome back to Homeschool-ology. If you're a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. In this upcoming school year, I will have an 8th grader, 4th grader, kindergartner, and preschooler. And today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a history resource, a secular history resource that actually one of you guys recommended to me, and it is Big History Project. So I am going to share with you all that I have figured out as I'm getting ready for our, I'll be using it with my upcoming 8th grader. And so I'm going to be sharing all the things that I've discovered that has helped me along the way. And yeah, so come along. Okay, so as I said, Big History Project is a actually completely free online resource. It is directed towards public school teachers. However, anybody can use it. All you have to do is sign up for an account. That's it. And there are so many tools and resources and different ways that you can implement this program. And so I'm going to do my best to kind of show you all the ways that I have discovered because it was a little confusing getting started. And a lot of these things are written for group settings, and so you're going to have to figure out ways to either not do those things or ways to adapt that to doing it at home with only one student if you're doing it with only one student. Okay, so just a little kind of overview about what the Big History Project is it is a project. Bill Gates is involved in it, but there's David something, I can't remember his name. He's kind of the one that put it all together. But basically, instead of starting history at the beginning of people, they go all the way back to the Big Bang and start at the beginning of everything. And they break it up into what they call thresholds. And so the Big Bang is the first threshold. Then they move on to the development of Earth, and then they move on to the development of humans, and then from there it's kind of more along the lines of what a standard history would be. So they have lots of videos that they've created their own. Crash Course has videos that they've created specifically for Big History Project that are also in there. It's just a bunch of resources that you can use to go through and learn not just history of people, but history of everything. So the reason they called it the Big History Project is because it is all of history. It's not just the history of humans. It is the history of everything, the history of how the earth began, the history of how the universe began, all of the history. And I just love that approach. I just think that is so unique and so special. So I'm really excited to use this with my daughter. So I'm going to share with you, I've been working with it for a few months now, on and off, not for a long time, but I've been working on getting my Google Classroom set up because that's how I've chosen to do it with my daughter. And so I'm gonna show you guys what is the Big History Project, how you can utilize it, a couple different ways of how you can utilize it, and what I'm doing specifically. So I'm going to set up my computer so that I can dual screen it here for you guys. And so give me a second and we'll get started. All right, so here we go. So if you are looking for this online, you can just Google Big History Project, and it is, or a search engine, whatever search engine you use. It is the very first one that will pop up. But if you want to just type it in, it is www.oerproject.com. So OER is the people who actually wrote it. Big History Project is only one of their courses. So if you see here, they have Big History Project, but they also have some things for older students as well. And then some shorter courses here. So they do have tons of courses, but the Big History Project is the one that's kind of the first one, the overview, kind of more on a upper middle school level, and that is the one that I'm going to be using. I am combining this with some other resources, and that I'm going to share in a later video because I just don't want this one to be forever and a day long. So that will be coming in a different video, but I did just want to show you guys this specific resource in this video. So all you do is log in. You could just create an account. It's super easy to do. And then as you can see here, it's always going to have this pop-up. I just close it out. What it's telling me to do is go do the teacher intensive or teacher workshop to learn how to use this project. Because I'm not teaching it in school, and because it is a very...
Can I have ice cream?
Not right now, baby.
Please.
No, do you want a snack?
I'm dead.
So there is a teacher course where you can go and learn exactly how to use all of this and all of the things. But I didn't want to spend my time doing that. I wanted to spend my time setting up the Google Classroom, because I know that's what I want to use next year. But if you wanted to do that, it's all here under teacher resources. It tells you everything you could want to know about how to plan the course, how to do all the different things, the state standards, this professional development here. If you were an actual teacher, if you don't know, you have to keep up like credit hours to maintain your license. So you take your test, you get your license. It's good for 3 or 5 years. I don't remember exactly, and I think it depends per state. But during that time, you have to take like continuing education classes. So things like gifted programs or things like this, or different things that help you stay up to date with teaching to maintain your license, or you have to take the test again after that certain amount of time. So this professional development is something that you could use to count towards maintaining your, so it is a whole course, a whole big long thing that you can come here and use if you need it. I decided that I didn't want to do that because I'm not a teacher. I don't need to know how to teach it in a classroom setting. I just wanted to know what the resources were. So if you come here, under courses, the big history one is the one that pops up first, and it has all of the different units for the program. And basically what it does is it goes all the way back to the beginning of the Big Bang. So a lot of history courses start at like when humans started, but this one takes you all the way back to when, to the Big Bang, to the beginning of everything, really. And that was something that I really loved about this program, is that it really takes you all the way back. And it incorporates a lot of science as well. So it's multidisciplinary, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It makes it such a great resource. And so we are combining our science and history into all one big thing next year. And so I'll be adding in supplements for science to what is here. My favorite way of interacting with these things is to click on these big unit highlighted words. And to me, I just really like this layout better because I can see exactly what the things are. If you were to say, click on, let's just do this, welcome to Big History, it gives you more of a like thing that you can read through on how to implement all of the activities. And so to me, this is great. This is helpful. And I will obviously go to this page when I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to use a resource or not. But I much prefer to have the whole unit view so I can get a quick glance at what pieces of this I want to use, what is going to work for me. And then if you click on an activity, it gives you the whole printout of what, how to do the activity and all of that stuff. So it's all here. And then here you can switch it to the student version to see what they would see. And so I just find this layout to be a lot better for me. But you do what works for you. And I do reference that other page often when I'm trying to see what pieces I want to use or how I could maybe create it or use an activity with my one child versus, a whole bunch of children. I might go through and see. So that is how this is kind of laid out. You can, under here, you can create a class where you can actually invite your student to this website right here. And then it has all of the assignments in here already for you. So you literally could just go in here, set it up, invite your student, and you can do it all within the OER website. However, I didn't find that super user friendly, especially on the student end. there is lots of like activities in the beginning to teach you how to use the website, which I think is great and really useful and probably perfect for a public school setting. But I knew I didn't want to use that because I wanted to be pulling in a lot of other resources and I wanted all of that stuff to be in one place. So I chose to use Google Classroom. So I started doing it one way, and I'm going to show you that way first, but then somewhere along the way I discovered a second way to do it, which I prefer much more. And so I am going to show you both of the ways that you can do this, and then probably give you a little peek at to how I'm doing things. But again, I said that's going to be another video on how I'm actually putting it all together. So let's go to yardsticks and clocks now. This is not my favorite way. Let's go here. I found this website can take a little bit of, a little while to load because there is so much on it. So just, a little patience if you are working with it. But this symbol right here, under every video, every activity, everything, you can click on it and it will pull up this Google Classroom. And you just click on that and it says to choose whatever class you're going to do, and you would create an assignment. And then it will pull up, you can title it, and it will have all of the link, or it will have the link here. This way is good, except that like for my assignments, I don't necessarily only want one link. Like I'm probably going to have a couple of links because I'm going to have them do a couple, she's not going to just watch the video. She's going to watch a video and do an activity or something like that. So I don't love this way of doing it. But that is one way you can do it. The other way is to just copy the link right here. You do have to click on the like little symbol and then click copy again. So make sure that you're doing that because that's definitely messed me up a couple of times. But then I come over to my classroom and create an assignment here, because when I create an assignment here, I can attach as many things as I want to. So I would just put the link, paste it right in, and then it will pop up there. But then I can continue to add links and drive documents. And the drive documents are great because she can fill them out and submit them back right there online, and she's not having to print anything or do anything like that. So I'm going to show you now how you can create those drive documents. Now what you could do is just come back here. This is an activity here. So I want her to have this activity, say. When she opens it, it's going to open as a student PDF version, which is, it won't have the teacher one that has all the answers on it. So what I could just do is just copy the link again, like I had done before, and paste it right into my thing here. Then when she clicks on it, it opens up. What I don't like about these is that I don't feel like they're super user friendly. Like this layout isn't super user friendly. Let me go to the student version. And so like I don't know, it's just not the most user friendly. And then she'd have to print this out and write on it, and which would be easy enough to do, but I don't want it. It's nice to just have her be able to type her answers in on the computer. It submits it. I can keep it as, Google Classroom is great. So I am choosing to use the Google Drive files. And the only way, I don't remember how I got to it originally, but the way that you can find it is to go to the search box and type in Google Drive files. Click on this first one here, using Google and OER Project. The first couple is going to walk you through what I just showed you, how to set up all of those things and how to do all that. But if you scroll down here to this one, the last one, using Google Classroom Guide, it says the link to the instructions for using the project Google Docs. Please read the instructions first. The reason it wants you to read the instructions first is because you're going to get access to like a share folder. You have to make a copy, and I'm going to walk you through this whole thing. You have to make a copy and then put it in a new folder for your students, because you don't want them accessing the whole shared folder that's for everyone. So that's why it's like, please read the instructions. Here's the instructions. But if you click on this little link here, it pulls this up for you, and you can go to this website right here, or this file right here, and it will walk you through the process of downloading the Google folder to your drive. So I've already done that, and here it is right here. You see this little symbol right here. It's just saying that it's like a shared folder. So I go in here and find, it's all numbered and labeled, so I can, if I'm working on unit 2 and I want this claim testing activity, then I can go here and I can open it, preview it, see if it's something that I want to use. If it is something that I want to use, then I will go back here and go to the 3 dotted lines, and I will say make a copy. When I make a copy of it, it's going to go back to my original drive, which is down, so it's going to be down here when I copy it. I created my own big history project folder that I can like my files are in from my students. I'm showing you how to set it up for one student. We are going to be doing this with some of our homeschool friends. So I am going to have multiple students in here. But you would go through the same process even if you're using it for one student. And then you would just, move it. It's super easy. If you haven't used Google Drive, it's super easy. You would move it in here. And then I can go in and take out the copy of out of the name, make any adjustments I want to here to make it easier for her. But as you can see, when I make a copy, like when I put this in for her, it's automatically going to create, I'm going to set it up so it will create a new file for her. She can type all of her answers in here and submit it back to me. It's going to be so much easier. It's going to be so easy, guys. So that's that. I'm going to delete that. Oh no. Okay, so this is the one. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to go to what I'm working on now, and kind of show you guys that how I set up an assignment. Before we do that, I just learned that from Shauna over at Making Everyday Magic that the Big History Project is actually in Khan Academy, all set up for you. So go to Khan Academy. You can search Big History Project, and it comes right up. And then it's literally all here for you, and you can click on a unit. I would say that you could probably do, I don't know if you can get necessarily each one of these done I don't know if you can do one a day, because some of them have like multiple videos that are longer. So it depends on how much time you have to spend on them, but it does have all the activities, all the videos. But what I love here is that it has the quizzes, because I hadn't figured out a way to get the quizzes from the website into Google Classroom. So this is what I'm using for the actual quizzes part. So you can actually do what I showed you before. You can create its own activity for the quiz, or you can just copy and paste the link in to your whatever activity that you're doing, which is kind of what I've been doing. So that is what I will be using for the quizzes portion. But if you don't even have to go through this whole Google Drive thing, your student could literally do it here. It keeps a record of it. You could print it out. So this is another great option, especially if you're like, you don't have the time to set up a Google Classroom. This would be something that is really great. The only thing that I didn't love about it is like the activities, or not that one. Let's see, this one. Again, they're going to have to like write in a separate notebook or print things out. So that was the one thing that I didn't love about Khan Academy, which is why I didn't, even when I discovered it, I thought, oh, I'll just switch to that. I'll stop doing what I was doing. But when I started looking at it, I decided that I didn't love that because I really want her to be able to put her answers into the computer. But Khan Academy, it has it all laid out for you. It's all done. So that is definitely an option that you could use. And I am using the quizzes from Khan Academy. So that is kind of like all the ways that I have discovered that you can use this program. And I'm going to now walk you through setting up one activity. I'm going to do it where it does have one of the quizzes so that I can show you like how I did it, how I went through and set it up. And then that is going to be a wrap on this activity. Or this program. So let's go through. I am going to do, let's see, which one do I want to show you? I'm trying to think of one that I've already set up so I can just show you how I did it. Let's go back to the Big Bang. Okay. So I know I had her watch the videos and then take the quiz. So that's what I'm going to set up. I had her watch a video and take the quiz. So let's just see this video here. I'm going to copy the link. Remember to click it twice. I'm going to go here, create an assignment. I'm just going to put the word test assignment here, so that I can go back and delete this later because I've already set this up. But I'm going to tell her first to watch the video. And I'm going to link that here. You see when I put that in, it goes right in. She can click right on it afterwards and watch it. And then I'm going to tell her to take the quiz.
Mama's green and blue.
Very cool. And I'm going to go to here, find the big history, the Big Bang. Scroll down to the quiz. And then copy this link and stick it in here as well. You see that it loads right in, Khan Academy quiz. And then I have been saving everything as a draft for now. And then I will go back in later and assign, like as we're going through, I can assign the projects for that week that I want her to work on. So right now I'm saving everything as a draft. I'm getting it all set up. One little tip here with Google, it's great. I love Google Classroom. It's not perfect. It definitely has some flaws and some things that they could work on. So what I tend to do is the unit I'm working on, I leave it at the top for now and work on it and everything because I have to drag everything down to the bottom and it takes forever. So I just work on the unit that I'm currently working on at the top. And then when I've completed that unit, then I will drag it down to the bottom and have everything in order the way that I want it. So when we're ready, I just come in and assign the, so I would go here and hit edit, and then I would go ahead and come over here and pick the due date and everything over here and then hit assign instead of draft. You can also schedule things to come up later on, and so that is helpful too. So that is how I am currently using it. But as you can see, I've got other things in here that I'm adding in because we're using a lot of resources. And again, I mentioned that video will be coming out at a later date. Okay, one more thing I wanted to share with you real quick because I didn't realize this. I always went to Crash Course on YouTube, but if you go to thecrashcourse.com, they actually have courses laid out for you. So you click on the courses button and then you can come down here and it's like literally videos and videos and videos of all different kinds of courses. So they have world history. They have, I'll be using the world history. We will be using the astronomy because we are going to learn about astronomy too with this big history project. But you can see right here that there is a whole big history project section where they made videos specifically for this program to be used. So this is another really great resource. I've been pulling in extra videos on different topics, you know, not just these big history videos, but I've been pulling in videos from the astronomy one. I've been pulling in videos from the biology one. They have a whole history of science playlist, and it's like huge, guys. And so I am combining history of science with the big history project and some science things to make kind of one big unit, which is coming out in that other video where I'm going to share more about that. But I also wanted to share this really great resource that I discovered recently. I think that is it that I'm going to share with you guys today. So if you have any more questions or anything that I can try to help you with or point you in the right direction to find that information, I'd be happy to do so down in the comments. While you're down there, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can see when the rest of our videos are coming out. And it really does help if you give the videos a thumbs up. So I would really appreciate it if you did that. Don't forget, you can always follow me over on Instagram at Homeschool-ology, and come back and chat with me again real soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.